So here's what I'm thinking, okay? Crypto scam, meme coin. We call it Blues coin. Birmingham City fans. Get them to buy the coin. What we do, we ride it all the way up to $100. Then we rug pull. We take all of the money and we buy all of Coventry. And you might be wondering, where am I getting that money from? Oh, sorry. Oh my God. We're getting it from this. Coventry City win the championship outright. You could see it right there. Placed July 9th. I am an early investor. Currently favorites with Ipswich, just edging them out. Long way to go, but once that happens, we launch the meme coin. Generational wealth. Never have to work a day again in our lives. Welcome into the channel. Today we are going to break down Coventry City versus Blackburn. The first game back from the second international break. We've got some stuff to go through. Some players on international break. What the lineup is going to look like. How I think they will line up. How I think they will play. And at the end, finally, how I think this game will go. If you've seen in the past, my predictions have been pretty spot on. I tweeted at 3 a.m. in the morning before the Wednesday game that we were going to put 5 goals by them. Put a screenshot in there now. Bang. Did I put money on it? No. Did I profit from it in any way other than getting about 100 likes, maybe 200? No. But this is only the beginning. All right, people, let's talk Cov versus Blackburn, the next game coming up in just a couple days from now. I hope you guys are excited to get back into the channel from international break. I know I am. As always, please subscribe, like, comment, let me know what you agree and disagree with, and let me know your score predictions down below, because obviously we know I'm coming into a shit ton of money, so maybe I'll gift you some if you get it right. But huge table disparity between the two teams, there's no question. Blackburn are sitting just above the relegation zone by a singular point above the bottom 3, the Sheffield teams and Oxford United. They are the 5th favorites to get relegated, meaning there's only one team below them that is favorited to not get relegated, which is Charlton. Surprising, by the way, because Charlton are off to a good start. I personally don't see them getting relegated, but the teams that are sitting down there now are Wednesday, Oxford, and Derby, which is a surprise one with, such a good roster, so much momentum, and so much built over the summer in the transfer window, and a great manager. So shocking there. We'll see what happens. Not the point of the video. I don't know why I'm standing up today. I just felt like vibes, got the new camera set up, but huge table disparity. Coventry sit at the top, but we are not going to have the full strength squad for a couple of reasons. We won't know everything until game day. If you follow any of my socials, you know, because I was insufferable about it. But Haji Wright double for the U.S. men's national team against Australia on Tuesday evening. Great performance by him. Really took his opportunity by the horns. Poch came into this camp saying, you know what, this is going to be Haji's opportunity, and he seized it. He only got 5 minutes in the last game. He got the full 90 here, and he took advantage. So probably solidifying him a spot on the World Cup roster, in my opinion. However, that may put his status for the game against Blackburn in jeopardy. If that were to happen, and I think it's pretty certain, if you think about the time differences, the game ended at about 10:30 U.S. time, which is 3:30 in the morning, Wednesday morning for people in England. He then has to take an 8-hour flight to England. So let's just say 5 a.m. flight leaves. 5 plus 8, what's the math on that? 1 p.m. Then the time difference, so it gets him to 6 p.m. because you're going forward. So safe to say his sleep schedule is going to be screwed up. I think he will come off the bench. Let's look at my lineup for this game. I really need to invest in a camera stand, bro. It's balancing on my other Elgato webcam, and it's just sliding like a freaking goal-scoring celebration in 90+12 at the FA Cup final at Wembley Stadium, whatever. So I'm going to leave those two empty right here. There's no... Sorry, by the way. You cannot remove players. You can see it right there. It's Bobby Thomas, not talking about him. Whatever. Backline is going to stay the same. It's been pristine. Matt Grimes is a staple. Victor Torp is a staple. Mason Clark should be fit back in. Socks, not a staple, but due to squad depth, definitely a must start because there's no one else to go there. Now, there's 2 variables I'm looking at here. I'll be honest. I don't think Haji Wright's going to start this game. I want him to. I don't think it's smart. I don't think he should. I don't think you should undermine any opponent, but I don't think you're going to need him for the full 90 minutes. Hint, hint in my prediction. I think now we put Brandon Thomas Asante up top to start this game. He's shown he's capable. He's shown he's worthy. Don't forget, he is a striker by trade. He's going to be okay. Now that leaves us with the number 10 or the number 8, depending on who slots in there. Is Radoni fit? I've been hearing so many opinions about Radoni. He's back for this international break, or this window before the next international break. He's out till Christmas. I don't think he's back. I really don't. I haven't seen pictures of him in training. He's kind of on the side to himself. He's got the shoulder. He's got the calf. You don't need to rush him back. We're top of the table. We've been able to score without him. Question is, can we score without Haji Wright and Jack Radoni? We are yet to see that. But I think Brandon Thomas Asante, who's in great form, confident, just had a couple caps with the Ghanaian national team. Shout out Ghana. He will be okay. He will do a good job up top. Don't forget, he's got the second most goals on the team. He's got 8 goal contributions this season. Ellis Sims can come on and relieve him. I don't think Ellis Sims needs to start this game. Now, where are we going to go with Jack Radoni out? That's the question. I think Eccles is probably the smart fit. Let him and Torp interchange between that number 10 and number 8 role. Allow them to have freedom. We are going to dominate possession in this game. That's my opinion. Blackburn average under 50% possession throughout the season. We know Coventry average above 50%. It's not a key metric to winning games. They've won games where they've had under 50. They've won games where they've had more than 50 by multiple goal fashions. It's not the say all, tell all. But at the CBS, first game back, I think Blackburn are going to come in and they're going to pull a hole on Norwich City. Rightfully so. It's no disrespect to them. They haven't scored many goals this season. They have 7 goals this season. They have 10.5 XG, which is commendable. So maybe they're a little bit unlucky, but I think they're going to be best sitting back in a low block and trying to keep this to a low-scoring game. Because I tweeted out, I said I feel like this is either going to be a 0-0, 1-0 type game or a 4-0 type game. If we can get ahead early, I think we'll probably go ahead and run away with it. As, you know, the CBS will be bumping, the confidence will be there, goals will be flowing. However, if, you know, the first 20 minutes go by and the boys look flat, which does tend to happen post-international break. It's not just a Coventry thing, but you look at the first game of the season against Hull. Attack was very flat, one-dimensional, just down the wing, cross it in, hope for the best. Then the first game back from the first international break against Norwich City, not even going to revisit it because I don't want to get my blood pressure up. So it depends how they come out. I hope that they can come out firing, get ahead, and really just take a hold of this game because it shouldn't be a difficult game, but any game in the championship can be difficult on any given day. Coming off a couple weeks break, even though they've been grinding at the training grounds, you know, building rapport, staying fit, it's going to be tough. There's no question. Now, Blackburn have been a mixed bag this season. If you saw the first episode of Below the Prem, my podcast with Alex Craig, which is out now on YouTube and Spotify, link is in the description, we talked about how it was very unlucky that their match against Ipswich was abandoned. Very unlucky for them. We do have them to go down. They did managed to pull together a couple decent results this season, specifically the last one against an overperforming, really strong Stoke side this season. So a little bit of momentum, even though they did have that unfortunate event with Ipswich, which then led them to have a little bit of a hangover effect and lose the next 2 games. You know, they've had a couple results, like I said. They beat Hull 3-0. They beat Watford 1-0 this season. So there are scenarios where they can come out and they can be dominant, they can win games. From what I've seen analysis-wise, shout out Match Plot, they tend to have their wingers and their attackers play very centrally, and they rely on the wingbacks for depth, which can be a little bit concerning. You know, if they're putting cross after cross into the box, the chances of them getting one to fall obviously get higher and higher. But in reality and in the grand scheme of things, Coventry shouldn't have an issue breaking them down, even if it's not typical fashion because they're averaging 3 goals a game, even if it's just 1 or 2 goals. The defense is stout enough and they should be able to keep Blackburn pressed up against their own half, keep that front press going tough, and just hold a decent amount of possession and really get ahead early and just coast it out this game. So my prediction, based on what I'm saying, is I'm going to go for a 2-0. I'm going to go for a 2-0. I don't think it's going to be a flashy, over-the-top game. I think it's going to be something along the lines of a Brandon Thomas Asante goal in the first half, specifically the second half of the first half, because it's going to take a little bit to break them down. Then I think they will get one later in the game as Blackburn tried to move forward and pull away. No, not pull away. Come back and, you know, just throw the kitchen sink at us, like sub off a center back, bring on an attacker. So I think 2-0 is going to be the likely outcome. Same result as the final game of last season against Middlesbrough. Same scenario where Cov get a goal in the first half, and then when the other team try to, you know, go all out attack, that's when they capitalize and get that second goal. Haji Wright can come off the bench if needed. I'd prefer him not to. Jet lag, fatigue, even he mentioned it himself. I'm not going to put the clip in because I don't know where in the world it will be because the U.S. men's national team PR is trash. He even said in his post-match interview on TNT, said, you know, one of my favorite things about this international break is getting healthy and staying healthy and being able to return back to Coventry with what's going on over there. Even U.S. media is being infiltrated with Coventry content. It is everywhere. Every time he's on the ball, it's talked about how, you know, Coventry City, top scorer in the EFL Championship, really just awesome. Just obviously we all know Coventry were the talk of the window. Everyone from the big pundits to the new pundits to the stupid pundits. LOL! Even got the sky blue on today, guys. I have like 3 or 4 things that are sky blue, including the kit, obviously, but I can't wear that because it's enclosed. And I'm going to give that to the lead shareholder of Blues Coin anyways as a, you know, a scam. So, yeah. All right. that is gonna be all for today. That was a joke, by the way. Don't sue me, please. I don't know who would sue me, but yeah, thanks a lot. Hope you enjoyed. Please comment. Please go watch the podcast. Will be another one out after this match week, and we'll get the streams back going for the away games. This was at the CBS, so I'll see you guys for my post-match review after that, and I'll see you soon.